Good morning, class. How are you today? Hope that you are safe and uh, healthy during this time. I'm really excited to discuss about important things pertaining to the subject that we have. I'm your subject teacher, Mr. Cristito M. Pacunza, and really excited to be with you today. Let's start. Our lesson for today is taken from the Quarter 3, Module 1 of Entrepreneurship subject. Overview of entrepreneurships and its relevance for you as senior high school students. For the content standard of this lesson, you will demonstrate understanding the key concept, underlying principles, and core competencies in this entrepreneurship. For the performance standard, the for learners or you independently creates, provides a quality and marketable product and or service in entrepreneurship as prescribed in the TESDA training regulation. For the goals and objective for this morning, taken from the most essential learning competencies, we'll discuss the relevance of your course and explore job opportunities for entrepreneurship as a career. For the objectives, at the end of this lesson, you will be able to identify business opportunities with the community in the role of entrepreneurship. Second, to analyze the relevance of the course. Third, explore job opportunities for entrepreneurship as a career. Then fourth, explain the current situation based on the observation. Welcome to the world of entrepreneurships. This module of business entrepreneurship is designed primarily to you as senior high school students, and there are two goals being addressed in this module. First is to provide you the basic entrepreneurship ideas and principles regardless of the academic track being pursued in. And second is to develop within you the desire to become dynamic and productive entrepreneurs in the near future. Are you ready? Awesome. Let's start. Okay. First is we are going to have a diagnostic test. I'm going to read carefully the statement below and identify whether this refers to entrepreneurship or entrepreneur. Number one, a person who undertakes the risk of starting a new business venture. Is it entrepreneur or entrepreneurship? Yes, it is entrepreneur. Number two, it is a high risk but also can be a high reward as it serves to generate economic wealth, growth, and innovation. What is that? Correct. It's entrepreneurship. Number three, creates a firm which aggregates capital and labor in order to produce goods or services for profit. What is that? It's entrepreneur. Great. Next, it is an important driver of economic growth and innovation. Guess. Correct. It's entrepreneurship. Number five, creates a business plan, hire labor, acquire resources and financing, and provide leadership and management for the business. Yes, of course, it's entrepreneur. Let us watch a video presentations about the parable of the pipeline. Take note that your knowledge about a certain job and business is necessary to be able to become a successful entrepreneur.
Hello, my name is Burke Hedges, author of the best-selling book, The Parable of the Pipeline. I open my book with a story about Pablo and Bruno, who take two very different paths in their quest for financial independence. What you're about to see is the delightful animated story of their adventure. So, sit back, relax, and enjoy the life-changing lessons in The Parable of the Pipeline.
Far away, in a small village, near a beautiful valley, lived two friends, Pablo and Bruno. They were both young and dreamed of a better life for themselves. They'd often discuss their dreams about how they would become the most successful men in the village. They weren't afraid of hard work, and they searched for opportunities to help realize their goals and achieve their dreams. One day, an opportunity presented itself. The mayor of the village decided to hire two people to bring water from a spring up on the mountain, across the valley, back down to the village. They were to be paid based on the amount of water delivered to the village. Bruno and Pablo enthusiastically got to work. The story of Bruno and Pablo is a reflection of life. Their jobs symbolize what most people do to earn money. Bruno gets his money using buckets. He goes back and forth, carrying his buckets from the spring to the village in exchange for money. To increase his income, he either has to go more frequently to the spring or to use larger buckets. It's common in real life to increase our income by working harder. For example, working overtime or getting a second job. We also increase the size of our buckets by accepting a higher paying position, which often includes spending more time on the job. Most of us exchange time for money like Bruno. We know that every person has only 24 hours in the day and that it's not possible to use all our time to work. The most difficult time comes when we can no longer exchange time for money due to age, health, or other reasons. Then, our income stops. Now let's review what Pablo did. Very wisely, Pablo did not exchange all of his time for a limited income, but he used some of his time to build a pipeline. He knew that the pipeline would bring ongoing income as long as the water flowed. An ongoing income that multiplied the time he worked each day. Pablo knew that someday, maybe because of age or health, he would no longer be able to exchange his available time for money. Pablo knew that if he could make his idea of a pipeline work, then he only has to do the hard work of building the pipeline. After the pipeline was completed, Pablo was able to monitor and maintain the flow of water to ensure that his income will continue. Pablo has shown us that to earn an income, we don't always have to directly exchange time for money. There really are better ways. How about you? Are you still like Bruno, who directly exchanges time for money? Or do you want to be like Pablo, building and maintaining a pipeline for ongoing income?
Okay. Question number 1. Students, what does the video clip talk about? Yes, Leslie. Will you please answer this
It
question?
talks about working hard and thinking about doing
Mhm.
business, not just working as employee.
Very nice. Thank you. For the question number 2. What job and business showed in the video? Yes, Jim Ray?
For me, sir, Bruno and
Mm-hmm.
Pablo carry buckets from the spring across the valley down to the
Okay.
village in exchange for money, and that is relates to a job. Bruno stays as he is, while Pablo develops a water system that automatically deliver water to the village without carrying buckets. This is also called business.
Excellent. Thank you for your answer, Jim Ray. Question number 3. What does it requires for an individual to be able to perform the task for a specific job and create his own business? Let me answer this. So, student, it can be interest, motivation, skills, determination, and hard work, and many more. For question number 4, connect the similarities or differences of their situation into our current situation. Juvelin, will you please answer this question?
They have problem in the village which is no water to drink and to use. So the mayor hired them and they delivered water. Today, we
Mhm.
have problem too, but it is about pandemic and many people lost their jobs. One way that I can think of is to create my own business that cater people's needs, like food delivery, online selling, repair services, and other services that will answer the needs of the customers.
Wow, thank you. What a wonderful answer, Juvelin. Okay, so I hope that you learn from this story. Okay, it is really relevant on our situations right now. Let us now define the meaning of entrepreneurship and entrepreneurs. Are there any differences between the two? Okay. First, entrepreneurship, the act of creating a business or businesses while building and scaling it to generate profit. Also, entrepreneurship is an important drivers of economic growth and innovation. Next is what people do to take their career and dreams into their hands and lead it into the direction of their own choice. And last is about building a life on your own term. No bosses, no restriction schedules, and no one holds you back. For the entrepreneurs is an innovator who never runs out of ideas. The entrepreneur's mind is like a giant wheel that turns without stopping. An entrepreneur is a creative artist who is constantly ready to transform from trash into art. An entrepreneur is an opportunity seeker and would tirelessly pursue incredible out of this world idea. An entrepreneur is a dreamer and would turn vision into reality. These are just some meaning of entrepreneurship and entrepreneur. There are still lots of definitions of entrepreneur and entrepreneurship. And that will be your assignment to look for other meaning of entrepreneur and entrepreneurship. I will expect that next lesson. Let us now come to the function of entrepreneurs. The following are important functions performed by an entrepreneur. Number one, innovation. An entrepreneur is basically an innovator who tries to develop new technology, products, and markets. Innovation may involve doing new things or doing existing things differently. Number two, assumption of risk. An entrepreneur, by definition, it is a risk taker, as we have mentioned earlier, and not a risk shirker. He or she is always prepared for assuming losses that may arise on account of a new idea and project undertaken by him or her. Next is research. An entrepreneur is a practical dreamer and does a lot of groundwork before taking a leap in his or her ventures. Fourth is development of management skills. The work of an entrepreneur involves the use of managerial skills, which he or she develops the planning, the organizing, staffing, directing, controlling, and coordinating the activities of business, overcoming resistance to change. New innovations are generally opposed by people because they make the change their existing behavior patterns. Then the last is catalyst of economic development. An entrepreneur plays an important role in accelerating the pace of economic development of the country by discovering new uses of available resources and maximizing their utilization. What are the types of entrepreneurs and why we need to know the types of entrepreneurs? Depending upon the level of willingness to create innovative ideas, here are the following types of entrepreneurs. Number one, innovative entrepreneurs. These entrepreneurs can think newer, better, and more economical ideas of business organization and management. One of the recognized inventor and entrepreneurs in the Philippines is Leandro Lebeste. As electricity rates in the Philippines are among the highest in Asia, Lebeste saw this as an opportunity and founded the Solar Philippines, the Southeast Asia's largest and only integrated solar developer, investor, manufacturer, and procurement and constructions or the EPC solar company. The second type of entrepreneur is imitating entrepreneurs. These entrepreneurs are people who follow and copy the path shown by innovative entrepreneurs. They do not make any innovations by themselves and they just imitate the process, technology, methods pioneered by others. Number three, the Fabian entrepreneurs. These types of entrepreneurs are skeptical about the change to be made in an organization. They do not initiate any inventions but follow up only after they are satisfied in its success rate. Number four, drone entrepreneurs. Drone is a person who lives on the labor of others. Drone entrepreneurs are those individuals who are satisfied with existing mode and speed of business activity and show no inclination in gaining market leadership. Next is the social entrepreneurs. Social entrepreneurs drives social innovation and transformation in various fields including education, health, human rights, workers' rights, environment, and enterprise development. To summarize the functions and types of entrepreneurship, for the functions we have innovation, assumption of risk, research, development of management skills, overcoming resistance to change, and catalyst of economic development. For the type of entrepreneurs, we have innovative entrepreneurs, imitating entrepreneurs, uh, pavian entrepreneurs, drone, and social entrepreneurs. What do you want in the future? So you have to think about it and understand the functions and the type of entrepreneurs. After knowing all of this, what are or what will be the career opportunities for you in the future? Say, for example, as entrepreneurship graduates or an ABM student graduates. These are the potential jobs for the graduates of entrepreneurs. This job position can help you as a graduate obtain the valuable hands-on experience and insight that can be used for furthering the career while working for an employer. If otherwise, you decide to start your own business, these can help you develop into a more effective leader. One of these career opportunities is mid-level management. The graduates who have entrepreneurial degrees are very well suited to capitalize on this opportunity. Number two can be business consultant. These are the individuals who are able to go out to client sites, identify what the problems are, and then solve the problem. That's easy. Next is sales. Sales is also the best career opportunity for entrepreneurs who want to go out on their own one day. Next is research and development. To work effectively in the research and development, it is critical to understand business concept, practices, and procedures. Number five, not-for-profit fundraiser. This is an excellent place to make use of the advanced concept that an entrepreneur have studied in this position. Number six, as a teacher, an entrepreneur can teach his students the entrepreneurial aspects of these things in the process. He can teach the students about the benefits that literature provides to persuasive advertising, history to innovations, or math to business. It can be recruiter. The entrepreneurship courses cover leadership, operations, management, and many others. You can also become a business reporter or blogger. The graduates of entrepreneur can write articles or can take a quick class to learn how to write an articles. Class, do you have any questions so far? Nothing. Thank you. So let us now come to our enrichment activities found in your learning activity sheets or the LAS to be submitted today. Please answer the following questions. Number one, what can you do to develop and apply the principles of an entrepreneurship? Number two, how do you see yourself in 10 years? Then, what are you doing in that year? You may now answer it. Okay. There's a lot of things that we can do in order to prepare the future. You must clearly identify what is entrepreneurs and entrepreneurships. What are these types and functions? And for you to know what will be the best career for you. I pray for your success as your teacher. And we hope that you will always remember these lessons that we have discussed today. For your assignment, research for the topic on how to prepare business plan. That will be our next topic. Please study the process to familiarize yourself on the second and third modules. That's all for today's lesson. Have a good day, everyone. Keep safe, and God bless us all. Thank you.